Chipotle is a decent place to eat, even though they tend to brag about being better than other restaurants. Well, they don't actually say it in those words, but they boast about using only locally grown, farm-sourced, and GMO, that's genetically modified organism free, food with integrity. They're actually quite preachy about it, having jumped on our current self-righteous, renewable, organic food, go green and save the planet bandwagon. But it's a good self-righteous because they're making a difference, unlike those bad self-righteous Christians. Actually, all self-righteousness should be avoided. After being humbled a few years ago by several incidents of food poisoning, they've made a comeback and thankfully are slightly less arrogant, because in the process they were forced to turn from local go green suppliers to the larger national suppliers that go through more rigorous inspections. Their troubles reminded me of another miracle by the prophet Elisha recorded in 2 Kings 4 verses 38 through 41. During a famine, some prophets he was working with were struggling to find food. One of them went out into a field looking for food, and basically anything would do, but he found locally grown food with integrity in the form of some delicious looking gourds. This was a modern food snob's dream: non-cultivated, non-fertilized, free-range gourds. The only carbon footprints were the actual ones left by the carbon-based human who walked through the field and collected them. Imagine the excitement back at the compound when the prophet showed up with a mess of food. Their excitement over the fact that they had something to eat was probably outweighed by the fact that they didn't harm the environment or use fossil fuels to harvest it. Except there was a problem. The gourds were poisonous. And when the prophets dug into the stew, they became sick. Where was the FDA that day? If only their inspectors had been there, this misfortune could have been prevented. Fortunately, Elisha was there and worked a miracle to remove the poison. I must admit to a little bit of schadenfreude over Chipotle's humbling. Did it show in the sarcasm? But I took no real pleasure in the failure of their self-proclaimed superiority because quite a few people were really sick. Besides, there is one sickness everyone has, including you and me. That sickness is called sin, including the sin of pride and smug superiority, yours and mine as well as Chipotle's. And it's not funny. Thankfully, there is a cure, and it is found in Jesus. Will you come humbly to him for salvation? The choice is yours. Thank you for watching Morning Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary. Until next time, this is James McClenny helping you have a great day.